Hey, Sarah, do we have the Aleksandr Dugin audio clip that we found online yesterday? Aleksandr Dugin, if you don't know who he is, real dangerous person out of Russia. He's Putin's brain. He's the guy who came up with the strategy in Crimea for the takeover. He is a religious zealot, although he is, I believe, atheist. Am I right on that? Jason, he's an atheist himself, isn't he?
That I don't know. I think he would pick whatever he could if it would stir up the masses.
Yeah. I mean, his symbol that he uses is the ancient symbol for chaos. He has put the strategy together for that brought Russia and Iran together. He believes, Russia is the rightful heir to the Roman Empire. He believes the Orthodox Church needs to wipe out the other churches, and rule the world. And he believes the only way they can do it is if we have a world war that will just, blow everything up so we can start from scratch, because he believes everything from the Enlightenment forward, has been a problem. So he just wants to go back in time just a few hundred years. So we got that going for us. Here he is yesterday online, a clip that we found of him that he just put out. Listen to what he's saying here.
The U.S. airstrikes on Iran's nuclear facilities, the uranium enrichment plant at the Fordo complex, marks the beginning of World War III. Nuclear weapons no longer deter anyone, and the strikes on nuclear targets, essentially sanctioned by Israel, which has not faced a decisive international response, are now also being carried out by the United States. Too many red lines have been crossed, to the point that it's no longer clear whether any boundaries remain at all. This directly concerns Russia as well. Kiev's Nazis have repeatedly attempted to strike Russian nuclear facilities, along with attacks on strategic aviation airfields, remarkably resembling Israeli tactics in Iran, leave no doubt. Such methods of conducting military operations against anyone are now considered acceptable. While there haven't yet been direct nuclear strikes, it's only a matter of time. The Pandora's box of nuclear weapons has been opened. The metaphor of the gun from Anton Chekhov's plays has often been applied to nuclear weapons. If in the first act you hang a pistol on the wall, then in the next act you must fire it. Otherwise, don't hang it there. The gun was hung in the first act, which was the Cold War. Now they are starting to fire it. And this is inevitable. All weapons invented by humans have eventually been used. Sergei Karaganov has been warning about this for a long time, but many dismissed him as an alarmist or someone who makes a mountain out of a molehill. He was simply warning of the inevitable.
Okay, I want to get to, that's from the Sputnik Network. I want to get into the production value, which is a very important thing that we're going to talk about here in just a second. But first, Jason, what is he saying here as a military and political affairs for global politics? He's sounding to me like he's saying nuclear war is inevitable now because the United States is just going after everybody and there's no rules anymore. So here we go, nuclear war. Am I reading that right?
Yeah, I mean, his point is kind of convoluted because he's trying to make the point that nuclear deterrence does not matter anymore because we struck a country and I guess eliminated their nuclear deterrence. But the problem is Iran doesn't have a nuclear deterrence right now. We're trying to stop them from having a nuclear deterrence. So he's kind of shoving that in a little beforehand. Basically, Dugin, in the meta of what he believes, he's very, very pissed off because Iran was very integral into Russia's overall plans of establishing what they call the multipolar war. And basically their little axis of resistance.
Explain what a multipolar war is.
Well, you'll hear them talking about that a lot. Actually, it's they don't want to see the world dominated by the United States as it stands now. They want to see what they call a multipolar world where there are multiple different powers within the world that are controlling their spheres of influence. Now, even that is full of crap. There's multiple layers of crap in what Dugin says, but but even that is loaded because what they want is their multiple polars within the one big polar that controls the world. So to them, it is Atlanticism versus what was theirs called? Eurasian?
They're the people of the sea. Yeah, we're the people of the sea, and they're Eurasia.
Right.
Eurasianism,
and that's who they think has the God-given responsibility to control the world, towards the end times. But yeah, his point is very, very convoluted, but it's mostly he's seeing it unravel before his eyes with what's going on right now, and he's not too happy.
He is he's extraordinarily dangerous because he does believe in the end times, but he believes in it the way that the Iranians do, that they can hasten it. He wants to hurry it up.
Yeah.
Let's hurry up. Let's burn the whole world down because then good things will happen. It's like, not sure that's what Christ meant, and he's like, hey, watch for these things. I don't think you were on the good side if you were like, let's burn the whole thing down because he'll just come faster.
Right.
You're not on his side. Now, the reason why I wanted to bring this up is not only did I find what he said disturbing, what I found equally or more so disturbing is he didn't say any of that. That's AI. And you can watch that and you'd have absolutely no idea that's not him. Now, why is this important? Jason.
Well, before, only crackpots were really listening to Dugin. He would have to broadcast in a very, very thick Russian accent to crazy people on college campuses, and he would get sanctioned, and it was a big Now, he doesn't have to have the creepy Rasputin look with the creepy Rasputin-like voice and freak everybody out. Now he can just use AI and preach to the masses and sound very, very sane and very, very competent, which is crazy.
Yeah, notice sometimes he's hard to understand. He's got a heavy Russian accent. Notice he didn't there. And that can be translated now into any language, and it will be in his voice, and it will sound just like him.
Yeah.
And so now he can preach to the entire world. Now, dangerous? You bet. However, we have that ability now too. Or, without saying too much, we will soon. To where everything can be in any language you choose. Any language you choose. Yesterday I told you about the torch that we're going to concentrate on education. That's not the only thing we're going to be doing. This show is going to be able to be translated into any language in the world. You'll be able to translate it, clip it, send it, and it will have me speaking the language as if that's almost my native tongue with an American accent. And we don't do that to fool anybody. We're putting things together that are watermarked, so you will know what the difference is between really me and AI me. And I highly recommend that everybody who is involved in AI does the same thing. Make it very clear that this is AI or AI assisted. Some ethics should probably go around, the whole AI thing. But not only that, but what I told you yesterday about our founding documents, we have worked a very long time and spent a lot of money. I mean, we have purchased 2 of these enormous scanners that scan everything. They take a picture of any page. They make it perfectly flat so that it can be viewed online, but also it will translate it into any language. So once we scan anything into the system, you'll be able to say, you could be in Mexico and say, your friends all speak Spanish, and you're like, no, you don't understand. Here's what the founder said. You can go to the torch and you'll be able to, ask the question, and it will all be vectored, so you don't have to ask it exactly. You go to some of these museums and, the National Archives, and you have to know exactly what you're looking for. It's not going to be like that. You can ask it in plain language, and it will find it. And you can say, I'm trying to understand this for my friend. They speak Spanish. Can you translate these documents into Spanish for them? And it will. We are on the verge of radical advancement And we cannot allow the left and the bad guys to dominate. There is a period of time, it could be a very short period of time, I don't know. But I think even if it is a short period of time, it's worth my fortune to try to develop these things, to be able to use them even if it is a short period of time, because it can make a very huge impact in a short period of time if we all decide to use it, if we all, understand the tool that we are about to be handed. It is the most powerful tool. I was just talking to somebody who is probably one of the, wouldn't know how to describe him. He is, he's probably one of the more influential people in media of all type. And I was having dinner with him, and I said, what are you doing on AI? And he said, I'm not sure. It's the most powerful tool ever invented. And he said, it is going to transform things, but it also has the power to absolutely destroy. And I said, you're right. And I said, I told him what I was working on, and I said, I think we have a short window here. And, if we're lucky, it doesn't destroy everything, because we can make an impact with it. But we cannot stand on the sidelines and let others just dictate, history to our kids, because the left is now teaching history and using AI, and they're going to do that. And you can't trust, I asked ChatGPT for some help on some research over the weekend, and it came back with garbage, absolute garbage, because it was beyond its parameters. Can't say those things, can't research those things. I can't tell you the truth about Islamists. I can't do that. I can't tell you what's really happening in Europe, because, and this is almost a quote, because it could be used to distort what's really happening. It could be. Anything can be used to distort what's really happening. Why are there no go zones there? We cannot allow this to just be owned by the left, because Dugin is using it. We must find really positive ways to do it and use it ourselves.
Look what,
Jason?
If you look what they were able to do with Dugin, just imagine they can have, look who the mayor might be in New York City. They could have a real looking Karl Marx for curriculum, teaching in a childlike way communism. They could easily do that today. I mean,
Jason, do you remember what I told you in January? One of the first things I want to launch with?
Yes.
Yeah. You hopefully will be able to do this by January. If not, it'll be a few months past. I can't tell you now because, but I hope to launch with something that will be so jaw-dropping, and you will see the power of AI, and you will understand if it's used for evil, how evil and how fast will be swallowed up, or how it could be used for good and how fast and how quickly we can heal things. But anyway, we're going to ask you to join us on the torch as we approach January. We'll give you more details, but sign up to be the first to know at glennbeck.com. All you have to do is just go there and use the we'll announce it through the free email newsletter. So just join that now at glennbeck.com. I need a way that we can stay in touch with each other. Do that now at glennbeck.com.